MJ, I know it wasn't on your side of the field, but what was kind of going on with the secondary today? It seemed there was a couple of miscommunications just in coverage.
That's exactly what happened. Bad communication. Got to get the call to everybody and execute.
Is that kind of the process of dealing with so many injuries in that secondary and that just showing through on those couple of long plays?
I don't really like to find excuses. We practice these things. We go over these things in practice. So just got to be better as overall and just getting the call and just verbal communication.
How frustrating is that? Like, you guys seem to put together a pretty solid game on defense. Besides those two lapses, I mean, it could be a completely different ballgame. How frustrating is that?
Yeah, it's tough. We barely get beat. When we do our job and execute. And just can't beat ourselves. So those plays we did beat ourselves.
Does it have anything to do with, obviously, given the injuries, like the changing of the green dot and who's kind of relaying the plays in, or is it more communication between you guys as a secondary?
I feel like we get the call. Everybody got the call. So as a secondary, we just got to communicate our checks and make eye contact, and just be better as overall. That's what I'll probably say.
Given that the Chargers are, coming in with a pretty run-heavy team, were you guys sort of surprised at how much they utilize the pass in this game?
Yes and no, because they run the ball a lot heavy, but everything we practice, they run. You feel me?
How do you kind of attack this bye week? After coming off a tough loss like this, I mean, obviously there's not a lot of time to rest. You're like 2-7, so how do you really attack this?
Watch the tape, correct it. Just find ways to get better.
MJ, sorry if you got asked this already. I know it didn't look like either of these happened on your side of the field, but the 2 touchdowns, are those just like coverage breakdowns or busted coverages that you guys can kind of remedy and talk through once you see them again?
Communication.
Where's what's the mindset for you guys even after the bye, knowing you're 2-7, you got your work cut out for you? There's been a lot of positive, I think, conversations leading up to this point, even despite the record. But how do you kind of keep that rolling now with another loss on there?
Keep fighting. Keep fighting, keep coming in. Keep the focus on the detail and just find a way to win. Find a way to do our job, each play individually, and help each other. Offense, defense, and special teams. Play complementary football and go on the streak. That's what we have to do. No other way.
When does those communication things happen? When this is the 9th game, you guys have a veteran secondary.
I don't really have nothing to say. It's about that. Just got to be better. Honestly, just got to be better.
Martin, how do you think you guys can keep the focus as a group when you are at 2-7? What's going to be important to not just give up essentially?
Block out the outside noise, and play for each other. Play with heart, play for the organization. Play for the ones that believe in us, and that's all we can do.
That being said, how stressful is it, going into the bye with the trade deadline approaching and knowing where you guys are at now?
It's hard, It's hard. You just got to control what we can control, and just be better as an overall team. That's really all I can say.
What is it about this team that gives you the confidence that you guys can stay focused and not let this kind of fester?
I mean, just seeing it, knowing that we can do it, knowing that it's possible, but we just have to apply it. When we play on Sundays and taking one play at a time, and just can't hurt ourselves. Because I feel like when we hurt ourselves, that's one of the only time, we really get beat, so just got to execute.
Speaking of the trade deadline, there's been a lot of rumors kind of floating around out there. Maybe one of the biggest has been about your teammate in Za'Darius Smith. If this was, his last game, just what has he meant to you guys? What does he mean to you guys on the defensive side of the ball?
Meant a lot, man. Savvy vet. So thankful, to play side of him. And hope he's still here with us, man. But I feel like he gave us everything he did. I mean, he gave us everything. Came in, being the same guy every day. Being vocal, bringing the energy, man. I'm just, was a big brother, is a big brother, and I've known him for a long time after football.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.